So welcome to TNGTC for the sprint race here at Bathurst. This is round number 12 and the top 5 from race number 1, the feature, do not qualify. However, this man here, Benji, didn't finish. Joining me as ever is Liam in the commentary box. Liam, what are you expecting from this sprint race? Hopefully a bit of chaos.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Benji as probably the favourite, but of course you're gonna have Nathan, Adam, Ben, Dean and Gaz fighting their way through, so there's always chaos. We have seen people win from the back here, back in Project Cars 1 with the Mercedes SLS. It was unstoppable around here, but always some chaos around the midfield and when the back runners get involved, so fingers crossed for some excitement.
Now, it's interesting because normally you don't see Benji out qualifying for the sprint race.
No, not very often. Very rare, but sometimes he does have internet issues, and unfortunately it seems like they kicked in from today and they're demoting him to sprint race qualifying, but you can hope we salvage it and pick up 11, 12 points from this race. We can get pole in the win, 12 we can also get the fastest lap, as he's lagging a bit there.
Flying through the air.
Yeah, maybe that was down to Cam joining. I think it was Cam.
I thought he suddenly turned his chitty chitty bang bang then, and he was flying through the air.
Yeah, that was Cam rejoining.
Found the Conrad then on his outlap. So we're pretty much saying then really that Benji is favourite for this pole position.
Yeah, you would think he was. He was running in the podium fighting positions in the feature, and he probably should have still been in there despite his disconnects. He'd managed to jump Adam and Ben in the pits. You feel like it was a case of when, not if, Ben got past Benji, but as to Adam for Benji, we don't know, so yeah. We counted his outlap.
Yeah, of course, if you're far enough up the pit lane, you cross the line, it does tend to count it. That's not a bad outlap either at 2:15.5.
No, at least he set a time, so I'm sure he'll set a much better one this time.
Especially starting on cold tyres at the pits. Up to the cutting then,
yeah.
and up
he
the hill.
Pushed his outlap.
Up over the crest, got to be careful because the front end will go a bit light to come down towards McPhillamy Park. I'm still amazed that Nathan spun it there in the sprint race. That was incredible. In the feature race even.
Yeah, so Benji got a little bit of a slide on that curb, so I'm guessing Nathan just took it to an extra extreme and took too much on the curb.
Down towards Forest Elbow then for Benji's first lap. Down the Conrad. What speed does he get out of that Audi? He's currently on for about 2:05, I think. Through the sweet right, up towards the chase. And down towards Murray's Corner. Now, it looks like he's got a bit of damage on the front, but I don't know whether that's just because of the lag that occurred. Up to the line, and across it we come. And a 2:05 is the time. Comes RDJ. Who is that in the Lamborghini? He's a brave man. I'll tell. Brave man going for a Lamborghini, you'd have to say.
Yeah, 2 minute 9.6.
Frank, 2 minutes 7.9 currently in second, quicker than Rob.
Yeah, quicker than a couple of cars. Yeah, a good lap again. He could start in 7th or 6th.
John Shadow, now he was looking good in the first race. Puts it in second with the 207.004.
And on a lot of fuel.
Paul Scott, what can he do? A bit of a slide out of Murray's corner. Across the line. What time does he get of it? He's lost a bit of time, that's for sure. He was on an outlap. Good stuff. You'd be hoping for a better race. He's still not got any positive points out of this championship yet. That'll be... Oh, hello. Cam123 Diz out of nowhere. Pings it into second. And it's quite tight between the WRT boys there in third and fourth. I think that's Shadow and Edu. 0.01 of a second. Very close as we watch Deathstroke towards Murray's corner. What time can he do? With 2 minutes 55 left on the clock, he puts it into fifth, just ahead of Frank Finch. RDJ puts up into 8th in front of ILTEL. Not by much though. Comes Paul down the Conrod. He'll have enough time to start another lap if he needs it. After the chase, down towards Murray's corner. What time does he set? Puts himself up into 6th with a 207.5. It's quite tight at the moment between like every pair of drivers almost. So you got Benji at the front, Cam second, but then you've got both the WRT boys. Oh, one of the WRT boys is Edu. Pops himself up into second and then into the wall. 206.4 comes ILTEL. Currently last of the qualifiers. I tell you what, the nice thing about this grid tonight, Liam, is that all top 5 finishers from race 1 will not be starting in the points for race 2.
Yeah, it's always a bonus. I think back to Road America Season 4, due to car changes and stuff, I didn't qualify and I started 3rd. So it's nice to have all the top 5 starting outside the points and then having to fight for it. Well, Deathstroke's popped up into 3rd.
Yeah, good pace. Maybe a little try of Gaz's set up for the BMW, being they are teammates.
And he's had another 3 tenths. He's on for a high to mid 2.4 and put that up.
He is flying down the straight. Here comes Rob. He'll be looking for a better time than a 208.4 in that Mercedes. ILTEL. Across the line. Leaves him in 10th though. That's where he finishes. Benji does not improve, so he loses time through the chase and the Conrad Straight. comes Rob. Puts it into second place. That's a fantastic effort from the Mercedes driver.
Should be in around Edu and Deathstroke, but he's beat the pair of them and joins Benji on the front row.
Now, see, I will tell, he's still running around in that Lamborghini. He'll be looking to at least get ahead of RDJ here. But I just don't think he's picked the right car.
Of course, you're throwing a little into the deep end, but only half a second and you can have RDJ.
So that's pretty impressive. He's going through that fairly flat. You think about it, earlier in the race, Adam and Ben were both backing off for it, really.
You, of course, will have the advantage of lower fuel and that, but oh, that wasn't very flat.
Very sideways. And the Comrade then, for the final time for ILTAL in this qualifying session. Extending it from about 10 to 12 minutes. How frustrating is it for a driver in the pits at the moment when you all of a sudden you see a car go past the start finish straight with about less than a second to go and you know you're going to get another time in?
I don't think it really bothers them. I think they just, like I said in one of the races, they'll be watching, trying to find out what they can. As ILTL does jump RDJ.
So, Benji, as expected, takes pole position. Rob in second. Edu takes third. This is going to be Edu's best chance here of getting near out of negative points. He won't get out of negative points in this race, but he can get somewhere near.
Still be his first points of the season, which I'm sure he'd be happy with.
So Deathstroke, probably his best qualifying, I think, for Deathstroke.
Yeah, very impressive.
Cam 123 Diz is in 5th. Shadow is 6th. No, it's amazing. Shadow's just under 2 seconds behind and he's in 6th. Like, it's quite tight really from between 2nd and 8th really.
Yeah, and if you look at Deathstroke's middle sector, you can see he's losing a lot compared to what Gaz did in the feature race in middle sector, as he's 1.5 off of Benji, whereas Gaz was ever so slightly quicker than Benji.
So we await the sync. Nice different time now here at Bathurst. We're not in the evening. We're happily midday.
I think this race is 9 AM and the first race was 8 AM.
Oh, there we go. So it should be slightly warmer temperatures for the tyres, so you should get a bit more grip, and also hopefully a bit more overtaking on circuit. Look at the amount of Mercedes Gaz now has to get past. There's 3 in that, well, 4 in that one shot. You've got Dean.
There's certainly a load of them.
You look at that, you've got Dean, Ben, Adam, and then RDJ up in 10th there. 4 Mercedes in one shot.
Frank and Edu and Rob in them as well up the front.
Still awaiting the sync, so maybe some drivers just altering the fuel in the car. I always thought it'd be quite cool whilst we're in the screen, if you're watching, to have like all the pit crews out on the grid.
Yeah, it would be a nice touch. So we get the flashing lights.
So we sync in. 3 red lights for the sprint race here at Bathurst, and we are green. And a good start from Benji. Make sure Rob can't get a run into turn 1, which is Hell's Corner. Edu up the inside of Rob though, and that is a good move, but Edu spun it. He's wasted the opportunity. Paul's gone wide. And Edu is at the back. Bit of damage that for Nathan's car. Maybe he'd bump into the back of someone, but Dean's had a good start. He's now up into 8th place as they enter Quarry Bend. Very wide, RDJ almost collecting Dean, who now I think might have Adam now in front of him. Yes, Gaz is looking, oh, collision, that's RDJ again in the wall. There's Edu, and he can't really blame anyone but himself for that one. There's
I don't know how
RDJ.
RDJ, but Edu seems to have been lucky. It looks like he's gotten away with no damage.
Edu's got a lot of work ahead of him as Shadow's now looking at the back of Rob as we come into the S's. That means Shadow's done Deathstroke and Rob in the wall. Good cameraman. Oh, and that's going to make it 10 times worse. And
it looks like he got hit off a cam.
Maybe Cam didn't have anywhere to go as Rob tried to rejoin. And Rob, oh my god, that is heavy. And that is retirement for Rob. I'm going to have a feeling that Rob is not going to be happy with that.
He'll be pretty annoyed himself. It seems like he had no outside influence.
So, WRT Shadow, he's up into 2nd. He was qualified 6th, I think it was. Amazing start from him. There's Paul trying to fend off Edu. I don't think it's going to work though as we come into Murray's corner. Edu gets up a position then. Into 11th. This is going to be a tough challenge for Frank Finch. He's got to keep behind Adam Morris and Dean along with Ben and Gaz. Nathan is behind that. That's one hell of a tough ask.
Yeah, he's the cork on the ball right now, but of course he's holding a very good 5th place.
Into Quarry Bend. And that looked like Ben defending his position. Up towards the cutting.
Back past you.
Yeah, Edu now not finding it very nice down there in 12th. Whilst his WRT teammate is currently in 2nd place, although battling really with Deathstroke. As Dean gets past Frank, it was always going to be inevitable, it was just a case of when and where. Into the SSN for the 2nd time of asking, and has Dean in the wall. And out of the race. So, 2 men out already, and both of them teammates. And in fairly identical incidents, really, just ploughing into a wall.
Yeah, they both lost it about between the S's and the Dipper, so maybe they've done the same thing.
So Frank was demoted to 6th, now back up into 5th. Defending hard, making Ben Milden's life an absolute misery whilst he has to watch out for Adam. And that's Cam in the pits.
That's strange.
I hope... Is that him in the pit wall as well? Did I just see that? I'm almost certain Cam was in the pit wall. Yes, it was. But Ben down the inside of Frank into Hell's Corner, and there goes Adam. Frank not quite able to hold on. Gets straight back in the slipstream, but here comes Gaz. And Gaz won't hesitate to have a look around at Quarry Corner, and Frank has just opened the door. Maybe not open enough though. Very wide from Adam coming out of Quarry, and that's going to give Frank a run. Oh, bit of contact. Sends Frank into the wall. Might have got away with that. But unfortunately that was kind of Frank's doing.
Yeah. Very, very feisty this battle trying to get past Frank. Ben's the big winner. He can storm off while these lot try and squabble out amongst themselves.
Oh, and Frank into the wall again. And there goes Adam. Maybe it's time for Frank just to let the faster men through. I mean, he could end up destroying his own race, as that Shadow. Shadow has crashed out from P2.
That's left Deathstroke in P2.
Would I be right in saying if Deathstroke was to finish here on the podium, he'd be the youngest person to finish on the podium at TNGTC?
Yeah. But of course, the thing, you have Ben and Adam closing down on him, and if Deathstroke from 2 minute 8, I think Ben and Adam and Gaz and Nathan will all be 2 minute 6, 2 minute 5, so he's going to come under pressure in this lot.
Gaz still behind Frank Finch as they come into the chase. Look how mangled Frank's car is on the right hand side. Oh, word. Look at that. Frank Wood and Spoon Racing are going to have a job tomorrow to make that straight again. No, Frank pushing him to the pit wall. Not going to do enough though. Gaz down the inside of Hell's Corner. And that corner is quite literally hell right now for Frank Finch. He's lost, what, 3 positions effectively through that corner in the space of 2 laps.
Yeah, and now they have to contend with Nathan.
I'm a bit concerned.
Not very quick in a straight Porsche, but...
What has happened to Nathan's car? He's got a cracked windscreen by the looks of that. Either that was just the roll cage. But he's definitely got the bumper.
Yeah, he had that contact on... He had contact on lap 1 with someone, didn't he? I can't remember who it was, but I'm sure he had contact with someone who was trying to fight with. Meanwhile, Edu is... Oh.
Lost his rear wing.
Points, but maybe he's lost his rear wing and come into the pits and fixed that, but he still has the points and he's got 35 seconds car behind, so... That something's not right, he's only at 130. Oh.
And it back end into the wall.
Edu's chance of points is Nathan's past Frank somewhere up in 6-2, so that's impressive.
Oh, and he binned it straight away. Oh,
Nathan's
dear.
thrown away a lot of points today.
Nathan, and he's put it back into the wall. Oh, and that's out of the race and almost on his roof. Oh dear. Did you notice again, he clipped the wall on the inside?
Yeah, it's very, very easy to do. As much as we don't do it as drivers, it's incredibly easy to do.
Very Long Beach reminiscent though, isn't it? I mean, that's bringing back bad memories.
Yeah.
Has Edu now retired?
I think he has, we're down to 9 runners.
We've lost 6 cars, which I believe are to be Shadow, Edu, Rob Noxious, Nathan, and Cam. And there's one more.
Yeah, so...
Who else is?
Someone worth forgetting about.
Deathstroke's here.
Shadow as well.
I've got Shadow.
Yeah, so he's lost 6 cars in 3.5 laps, so...
I'm now trying to figure out who else he was.
Adam.
Oh, Dean. Dean's the other one that's not here.
Ah, of course, Dean, yeah.
How could we forget about Dean?
Car's gone in 3.5 laps, that kind of just shows how easy it is for this track to bite you.
But it now means everyone who's left will be scoring points. And that's Adam in the wall.
Provided they get to the start of lap 8. All have passed Frank.
And run Adam into the wall again. This
Ben's
Mercedes.
not quite making the emeralds onto Deathstroke.
Oh my
I
word, look
expected.
at Ben's front end. He's got a squished front end, and that is not going to help him down the straight.
$174 for Gaz.
I must admit, Ben is not catching Deathstroke.
No,
Deathstroke has really upped his game.
Feature race, you expected the likes of Gaz and Ben and that to be in the low 2-minute 6s, high 2-minute 5s, maybe even lower. So, yeah, there goes Gaz, a 2-minute 5.6.
He's going to start reeling in Ben here. Half a second Deathstroke loss on that last lap, but if Gaz gets on the back of Ben, they're going to be slowing each other up just by battling each other.
You think Gaz has got the better straight line speed, and we're hearing from Nathan that he messed up on lap 1 and hit Frank in the rear.
Up to the cutting then for Gaz. Up the hill. Gaz going even quicker on this lap alone.
Gaz is on the charge, he can get Ben, and then Deathstroke at this rate is almost 2 seconds quicker than Deathstroke, and are at 4 behind.
Question is, how long will it take him to get past Ben? Because Ben is not going to give this up easily.
No, but it looks like Gaz has the far superior car and straight line speed, and with a massive straight like the Conrad straight, it shouldn't be too hard as Ben gets a massive slide onto Forrest's elbow.
Down the corner we come then. If Ben positions his car correctly, he can fend off Gaz.
Ben might also think, if I let Gaz go, he can pull me along, and then you get Deathstroke goes the other way. Gaz is catching Ben. 180 it ticked over to.
Bad lines from Ben Milder. That's going to allow Gaz to get past, and that is done and dusted. The problem is, will Gaz just run away from Ben, or will he actually pull him with him?
Yes, he'll probably pull away from Ben, but Ben will get a lap or two of just hanging on and such too. Gaz does a 2-minute 5.2, even having to alter his line to pass Ben, so 2.1 quicker than Deathstroke. So Deathstroke's going to have a challenge in his hands. He might still keep his podium, but will it be second or third?
The best thing about this is both Deathstroke and Gaz don't have anything to lose at this rate. They will go hammer and tongs at it because they don't have anything to lose.
I'm sure Deathstroke wants his podium. I'm sure that'll mean a lot to him, so whether he decides he wants to fight Gaz or try not to fight Gaz and then concentrate on Ben, but he's got some thinking to do.
Yeah, he's going to have at least another lap after this to think about it. Through the dipper and towards Forest Elbow. I tell you, I can't drive with those bars in the way. That would really annoy me.
No, I myself used the roof camera when I drove this car.
I mean, I don't even really understand why you'd put bars there.
I'm not quite sure, but how much more Gaz have got Deathstroke on this lap? Certainly closed him in a fair bit, but how much exactly? 1.5 seconds. So by the end of this lap, Gaz should be pretty much on the back of his teammate.
Yeah, it's fair to say Gaz has ditched Ben quite happily as well.
We lost someone else, that was the other WRT boy.
RDJ is now gone.
I don't think he's...
And Ben Milden's lost his rear wing.
I don't think RDJ managed to start lap 8, so I don't think he'll have gotten any points.
So Ben Milden's gone for a very low aerodynamic Mercedes now. I believe. I don't think adjustable aero is legal in this, is it?
Yeah, so it looks like his car is taking a big whack from it. I'm sure he's got some suspension damage.
Oh, he's definitely got suspension damage. He is weaving all over the shop trying to keep that in a straight line. And Adam is going to catch him like a scolded cat.
Oddly enough, from this view, it wasn't just for a second, it showed Ben having a wing.
Yeah, this game does that. It shows it's all nice, and then as soon as you get up close and personal, it's definitely not.
Ben's just letting Adam go.
But I don't think he's got a choice at this rate. Ben might end up in 8th. Because he's going to have to pit.
Yeah.
He's either going to have to pit or risk getting overtaken.
Point, he should have enough time to beat ILTL, but...
Whereas if he ends up pitting, then that could take a long time.
It'll be interesting to see what he does, but Gaz in the meantime has closed into Deathstroke.
Now Deathstroke might think about just letting him go because he's got literally no threat from behind anymore.
I was about to say with Ben's fall, he's got a comfortable third at least, you would think, as Gaz makes the move.
Well, Deathstroke not exactly giving it up easy, is he?
No, they're behind doors.
Oh my word, that was...
Do not lose it now.
You're 2 laps away from your first podium and the youngest ever podium. Definitely do not want to miss that. We've not seen Benji much because he's just dominated this race in essence. Up to McPhillamy Park. It's like a Sunday drive this is for Benji, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been completely untroubled and he's got 8 seconds to Gaz, but unless Benji does something majorly wrong, Gaz isn't overturning that.
Ben Milden is trying to carry on. His last lap was a 2:19.6. I'm guessing down the straight he should be a bit quicker without a rear wing, but...
Guessing with the suspension damage, he'll be crabbing around the place.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him in the barriers again at some point soon. That's Paul in the wall. Fine first gear, there we go. So that's big damage then for Paul, you'd have to think.
Yeah, and he's got Frank on him. Like Frank, he could have 2 positions here, he could have Paul and Ben.
And that'll be a top 5 if he can do this. And he's got overhaul an 8-second gap to Ben, but very much doable with Ben's current state of car. And, oh, Paul in the wall.
Paul can't keep that in a straight line. So now Frank, but 5 seconds to make up, can he do it? His lap time suggests he can.
Let's see if he can get out of neutral. What on earth happened there for Frank? He just went into neutral. He isn't using like a clutch and a H.
No, he doesn't use a H pattern, but everyone will have a clutch button or a clutch pedal for using off the start line, unless he's maybe accidentally hit that if he's using a button like some drivers do.
Whatever he's done has cost him a bit of time to Ben. Not a lot, but maybe enough.
5.3 seconds.
Bear in mind he only pulled 5 seconds against Ben on the last lap. And amazingly, while this is going on, there's Ben there. Got IL tail coming around the final corner, I believe. And that's be Benji on the Conrod straight. Oh, look at the horrible speed he's having to carry through there. Frank now only 3 behind. I'm surprised Ben's not slowing down more actually for cutting that chicane. He just made up a bit of time in reality. But here comes Benji for the sprint race win in the Audi. A fantastic drive from start to finish. Ends with a 5-second gap to Gaza. And a first podium, the youngest podium for Deathstroke 639. Brilliant drive from the young man. Here comes Frank. Yeah, I must admit, I'm surprised Ben wasn't slowing down more for that chicane. The S's as Adam Morris comes home in 4th.
Ben got off.
Ben did go off at the chase, and that means Frank Finch, for the second time in Season 8, claims a top 5 finish in the sprint race. Take a bow, sir. Fantastic. Ben will come home in 6th after battering his car to a pulp. Paul will come home in 7th. IL Tail, I don't think he's had much issues. Just not on the pace at the moment. Although you gotta love the sound of that car.
Yeah, Lamborghini's definitely one of the best sounding cars out there.
Into the chase he comes for the final time. Up to Murray's corner. And IL Tail will come home to claim his first points. In 8th place, a fantastic drive in the end for the Lamborghini driver to keep it in on the circuit. So the final point, the final standings are: Benji comes home with the win, with Gaz in 2nd, Deathstroke 3rd, Adam Morris 4th, Frank Finch 5th, Ben Milden 6th, Paul 7th, IL Tail will come home in 8th. RDJ only completed 6 laps, Nathan 3, Edu 3, Cam123 Diz only got around 1 lap. Dean crashed out, as did Rob Noxious, and also WRT shut it. So you're driver of the race then, Liam?
There's, again, the same two as the feature, Gaz and Frank. Of course, Benji did a great job to run away with the race, but Gaz came from the very back, 15th place to 2nd. Of course, Frank took a top 5, which is great for him. Again, like the feature, he just stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one. I think we both are going to agree on the driver of the evening being Gaz, I'm going to assume.
Yep, 2 solid races.
So, next week, Liam, where are we at?
We are headed to the Red Bull Ring for the penultimate round of the season, as it has been shortened.
Yeah, do you want to go into that now, or maybe later on in the season?
We'll go into it now. The TNGTC season has been shortened, as we are now rebranding. We're no longer doing GT cars. We'll be doing a couple of different series, but they will all still be live streamed and commentated either by me and Jordan or myself, and hopefully you'll come and watch them too.
There you go. But next week, it's the Red Bull Ring, even though I prefer it still to be called the A1 Ring, in Austria. And who knows who's going to win that after a crazy Bathurst. Me and Liam hope you join us then, but from Liam and me, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you all next week at Red Bull Ring.